So I hope you remember that in my previous class, I started with nitrogen compounds. Okay, so nitrogen compounds, in the nitrogen compounds, there is a class called amines, organic amines, which I started in my previous class. I hope you remember that. And I would like to highlight what are the important things. Hello? Okay, guys. So what are the salient features I discussed in my previous class? I would like to summarize once. I discussed the categories of amines, which are basically primary, secondary, tertiary, which I discussed in my previous class. You remember that, I think. So I also mentioned how can you classify these amines in various categories. Okay. So I also discussed the basic character of the amines. Basic character of amines. Basic character of amines. Basically, in the gas state, if the amines are in the present, if amines are in the are present in the gas state, then the order of the basic nature, the order of the basic nature must be tertiary is greater than secondary is greater than primary is greater than simple ammonia. Okay, this is the order only in gas state only. This is the important point. Only in gas state only. This is important point. And in addition to that, in addition to that, I also said some of the one of the reactions which corresponds to the amine. Did I discuss or not? Okay. I also discussed about the character of the alcohols. You know, what is the character of the character, whether basic or acidic, I discussed. Can anyone tell in the comment section or orally, whatever you like? Can anyone tell orally or in the comment section, however you like? Respond. What is the character of alcohol? Is it a basic character or acidic character? Correct. Alcohols are acidic character. Alcohols have acidic character. Amines have basic character. This is the main difference. Yes, correct, correct. Some of the people responded positively. So very good job. And today, so alcohols will have a acidic character. This is one of the important point. And now I also discussed the shape of amines. Shape of amines. You know the shape of amines. I already discussed about this. What could be the shape of amines? All the amines in case of ammonia or alkyl amine, anything. Yes, the possible shape for ammonia is pyramidal shape. This is a very very important point. And I too discussed about IUPAC nomenclature, the style of the IUPAC nomenclature of various compounds I discussed. So I hope you understood all these points. Very good, Shirisha and Meghana, and everyone has to respond positively. Okay, so that I can understand whether you understood or not. Okay, and today I'm going to start the synthesis of amines. How to synthesize the amines? This one I wanna discuss with you with full details. Let us see. Preparation of uh, preparation of amines. Okay, see, in every chapter you are able to see, in every chapter this is so common. You saw already in health, you already you have seen already in alcohols and ethers, and now also everywhere the common trend is, the common category is, the first they you will see the physical properties and physical properties of the particular category, followed by preparation, followed by followed by chemical reactions. All these three things will come in each category, always. This is the common feature. So that's why whenever you want to understand about the particular thing, what you have to do, basically, you should get the idea of all these three things. The first thing is physical properties of those things, and the second thing is preparation of those amines, whatever the category, whether it is alcohols or amines, whatever it is, and at the end, chemical properties of such particular categories. So these three things will come one by one always. So this is the trend everywhere. So for the preparation of amines, which means that you have to start with certain compound and ended up with the completely amines. So the first method to synthesize this, first method to synthesize the amines is to start from nitro compounds. To start with the nitro compounds, if you reduce the nitro compound with a particular certain certain reducing agents, such as hydrogen in palladium, this is a good reducing agent. When you do this reaction starting from nitro, you will get the amines. So all these things will come in this Sunday exam. So please look every reaction carefully. And also, not only this reducing agent, you can also have another reducing agent that is called tin HCl. This is a very famous reducing agent, tin HCl. So when you add the mixture of tin in presence of HCl, this nitro compound will be converted into amino compound. You see, this is the nitrobenzene. The starting compound is a nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene will be converted into aniline. This is called aniline, or benzene amine. Benzene amine. I already gave you in the last homework. Write down the IUPAC name of this compound. So nitrobenzene will be converted into aniline. Either you can use H2 in presence of palladium or tin in presence of HCl. So either of the reagents can lead to the product benzene amine or aniline. See, preparation of amine means always you should have a amine compound at the right hand side, with starting from certain any other organic substance. Here we started with the nitrobenzene converted into the aniline. This is the first method. And another method is, if you take ammonia, simply ammonia, by reacting with alkyl halide, it will lead to the formation of amines. Here the mechanism is, you know that nitrogen has like this, ammonia has like this, and when you react with the alkyl halide, one hydrogen, one halide will be eliminated from the system. You will get the RNH2. This is a alkyl amine. This is the brief mechanism. This is the brief mechanistic approach. And another important, even you can continue with many substrates. For example, you start with ammonia. Reacted with alkyl halide. It will be converted into RNH2. And again, see, whenever there is a hydrogen on the amine, see, whenever there is a hydrogen atom in amine, this hydrogen and halide will be replaced so that R will attack on the NH2. So you are getting the alkyl amine. Since there are more number of hydrogen atoms on the nitrogen, still it will react with more reagents, so that it will be converted into like this. You see, two alkyl groups came, and still nitrogen has one more hydrogen, so that it can also react with another alkyl halide like this, So this hydrogen and X will leave from the system. You will get finally this is a trialkyl amine. This is a trialkyl amine. You see that since there are three number of hydrogens, totally 3 moles of alkyl halides reacted. This is the first mole, this is the second mole, and this is the third mole. So totally altogether 3 moles reacted with 1 unit of ammonia. See, 1 unit of ammonia reacted successfully with 3 units of alkyl halide, produces the trialkyl amine. Now it will react with another unit of alkyl halide, because nitrogen has a lone pair of electrons, so that another unit of the alkyl halide it will react. It will produce the quaternary salt. This is the tertiary amine. This is a whatever the earlier one, that is the tertiary amine. This is the tertiary amine, because this nitrogen is connected with three alkyl groups. This nitrogen is connected with 3 alkyl groups. That's why it is a tertiary amine. But whenever tertiary amine is there, since there is one more pair of electrons, since there is an existence of one pair of electron on the nitrogen, it can again react with one more unit of the alkyl halide, produce the quaternary salt like this. Quaternary means 4 units of alkyl halides will be there. 4 units of alkyl halides will be there like this. So this is the quaternary salt. Quaternary salt means nitrogen has some positive character. See, this is the salt. So this is called quaternary. Quaternary salt. So what you have to understand from this reaction, whenever amine has three hydrogen atoms, then it can able to react with 4 units of alkyl halide. See, there is one more unit also here. So 1 unit and second unit and third unit and 4 unit. So if you take a ammonia, it can able to react with 4 units of alkyl halides. That's why it will lead to the quaternary ammonium salt. See, I will classify here. You see, ammonia can react with 4 moles of alkyl halide, which leads to the quaternary ammonium salt. For example, if you take a primary amine, then how many units of alkyl halide are able to react? If you take a primary amine, this is a primary amine. In this case, there are 3 hydrogens. Since there are 3 hydrogens, 4 units of alkyl halide reacted successfully, produced the quaternary ammonium. Now, in the second case, how many units of alkyl halides can be reacted? Just can you respond? Guys, video is coming to everyone. Video is coming, na everyone? Everyone is fine with my video, isn't it? Okay. Right. Okay. I am asking. Oh, Akshita, you are not getting? No, sir, you said. Everyone is getting. Akshita, you said no. Is it incorrect? Oh, you are not getting since. If you really need only primary amine, then you can react ammonia with the alkyl halide. You will get the primary amine. Okay. If you really want a secondary amine, you can add one more unit of alkyl halide. You will get the secondary amine. Okay, you will get the secondary amine. And if you really want the tertiary amine, you can add one more unit of alkyl halide. You will get the tertiary amine. So for quaternary amine, you can add one more alkyl halide. So that way you can solve the issue. Okay, so this is the another important reaction to synthesize the amines basically. And next important method, another important method to prepare the amines. The third method is reduction of nitriles. Reduction of nitriles. See, nitriles means CN, means cyano groups, which means you can start with cyano, means this is called alkyl nitrile. This is called alkyl nitrile. So nitrile means cyano group. We can call it nitrile. So when you take a alkyl nitrate, reacted with hydrogen in presence of nickel, this is a reducing agent. This is another reducing agent. See, for each starting material, there will be a different reducing agent because it depends on both the activities. Okay, cyano required this kind of reducing agent. See, when you see in the earlier, nitro requires. So see here there is a nitro. The same reaction only you are going to do. Same reaction only you are going to do. But the important point is you are using different reducing agent because nitro required this much of strong reducing agent. But a nitrile means cyano. Cyano requires hydrogen in presence of nickel, which will lead to the production of amines. So this is the another types to synthesize the alkyl nitrate. Or instead, you can also use sodium in ethanol. If you use sodium in ethanol, you will also get the same amine. You will also get the same amine if you start with the alkyl nitrate. So these are the three methods. The first method is the reduction of nitro, means nitrobenzene can be reduced to the aniline with the help of tin HCl or hydrogen in presence of palladium gas. You will get the amines. And the second method is the reaction of ammonia with alkyl, which will lead to the alkyl amines. And the third method is nitriles, the reduction of nitriles. Nitriles means cyano. Nitriles means cyano group. So whenever you have a cyano group, you can react with either hydrogen gas in presence of nickel or sodium in ethanol. Either of the will produce the alkyl amine. Okay, so this is the another method. Now we are going to discuss new techniques, new methods to prepare this compound. The fourth method synthesize to synthesize the amines is reduction of amide. Can anyone tell what is the functional group amide? Can anyone tell what is the functional group amide? I already told it's correct. amide is nothing but CONH. This group is called amide. This group is called amide. This is called amide. See, when you have a amide like this, CONH2, if you reduce with the help of lithium aluminum hydride, with the help of lithium aluminum hydride, after the hydrolysis, you will get RCH2NH2, which means that whenever you have a amine group, this CO group will be converted into CH2 group. That's the major point. For example, you have like this benzamide. This is called benzamide. If you have a benzamide like this is a benzamide, and when you react with lithium aluminum hydride, after hydrolysis, you will get, see, only the CO group will be converted into CH2. That's the important point here. So whenever you have a amide, you can easily convert it into amine by using the reagent lithium aluminum hydride followed by the hydrolysis. That will give you the amines. For example, this is cyclohexylamide. This is a cyclohexylamide. You should understand the difference earlier and this one. This is a benzamide because three pi bonds are there. That's why this is the benzamide. But here cyclohexylamide, because no double bonds are there in the ring. That's why this is called cyclohexylamide. When you react with lithium aluminum hydride followed by water, you will get the cyclohexylamine. Cyclohexylamine. So no double bond will come again. Because double bond is not there in the initial compound, so it will not retain again. It won't come again in the product also. So only thing is that this group will change. This CO, whatever the cardinal group in the amide, that will change to the CH2. That's the only change you can see whenever you react with the lithium aluminum hydride followed by the water. So this is very, very important. You see that this is the reduction of amide. Whenever you have a amide reacted with the lithium aluminum hydride and water, you will get the RCH2NH2. See, the important point is this lithium aluminum hydride is a powerful reducing agent. Lithium aluminum hydride is a powerful reducing agent. So that's why it can reduce the carbonyl group in the amide to methylene group like this. So that's why you are going to get the corresponding amines always. See here alkylamide, this is the benzylamide, this is cyclohexylamide. For example, if you take a CH2 C2H5 C2H5CONH2, this is a propylamide. 3 carbon atoms are there, 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms. So when you react with lithium aluminum hydride, followed by the water, you are going to get, only thing is that the CO group will change. That's it. The CO group will change. That's the only thing. So this is called propylamide. This is called propylamine. That's it. See, you started from propylamide, you are going to get the propylamine. That's it. So these are the main reactions. Synthetic methods to produce the amides. And also there is another important, very, very important method is Gabriel-Thalmide synthesis. The most famous. Every time they will ask in the IIT exam. Of course, I will ask in the in the next exam also. In the coming on Sunday, we are going to have a IIT exam, including physics and maths. Okay, that day I will definitely ask the question regarding this Gabriel-Thallimide synthesis. This Gabriel-Thallimide synthesis is mainly focused to prepare the amines. Gabriel-Thallimide synthesis. Thallimide synthesis mainly focus. So this is the mainly focus to prepare amines. Why we call it Gabriel-Thallimide synthesis? The scientist Gabriel used the thalamide, the compound called thalamide. Scientist Gabriel used the thalamide as a starting material, produced the amines. So what is this thalamide? Thalamide means it's a derivative of phthalic acid. It's a derivative of phthalic acid. You see, phthalic acid is like this. So benzene, two carboxylic acids are there nearby. This is called phthalic acid. This is a phthalic acid. Okay. So when you heat this phthalic acid, you will get the phthalic anhydride. Okay. This is called phthalic anhydride. But we don't want this one. This phthalic anhydride we don't want. See, when you react with ammonia, with this phthalic acid, then you will get the thalamide. You will get the thalamide. So this is the thalamide. So scientist Gabriel used this compound as a starting material. This is called thalamide. What he did exactly? First he subjected with potassium hydroxide. First he reacted with potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is a base, thalamide is a acid. So here the hydrogen is there. This hydrogen will be replaced with potassium. So you will get this kind of a reaction. That's it. So potassium thalamide. So now this potassium thalamide, he reacted with alkyl halides. Okay. So whenever this thalamide, this potassium salt of thalamide reacted with the alkyl halide, this potassium potassium halide will be left and the alkyl group will be attacked on the nitrogen group. So it will convert into alkyl thalamide, N-alkyl thalamide. It will convert into N-alkyl thalamide like this. So now when it reacted with the sodium hydroxide, immediately this Rn group will be leave from the system, and with the 2 moles of the sodium hydroxide, that will completely convert it into phthalic acid, means sodium salt of phthalate. Because of sodium hydroxide is there, not this sodium, because this N-alkyl thalamide will convert it into phthalic acid. That phthalic acid will be reacted with sodium hydroxide, and this will convert into potassium salt of phthalate, and our side product is amine. This is the final product. So here the nitrogen source is thalamide only. In the Gabriel-Thallimide synthesis, the source of the nitrogen for amine is thalamide. It's a very important question. This question asked in several times in the IIT JEE exam. Okay, so that's why the source of nitrogen The source of nitrogen for the synthesis of amines in Gabriel Thalamide synthesis is thalamide only. See what has happened exactly. I will summarize one more time. You started with the thalamide. This is the thalamide. Okay, so means it's a derivative of phthalic acid only. Amine derivative of phthalic acid is called thalamide. When you react with the potassium hydroxide, since potassium hydroxide is the base, so that's why hydrogen will be leaving from the thalamide and replace it with potassium salt. So you will get the potassium salts of the thalamide. Now, when you react with alkyl halide, this KX will be left from the system. You will get the N-alkyl thalamide. This N-alkyl thalamide will be reacting with the sodium hydroxide, leads to the formation of amines. Okay, it looks like a little complicated, but when you practice, when you understand slowly, then definitely you will get to know what is going on in this reaction. So organic reaction means practice. That's the only mantra. That is the only one mantra. Okay, see, for example, you want to prepare CH3 NH2. For example, you want to prepare CH3 CH2 NH2. Then what you have to do, you start with the thalamide, and I am doing that one by one. I am doing one by one. First potassium hydroxide you reacted, and the second is alkyl halide. So first one is potassium hydroxide. First you reacted with the potassium hydroxide. I am summarizing to understand. Second one is alkyl halide. Whatever the R is there, alkyl group is there, that will come in the end product R. So that's why here R means CH3 CH2. So you should use CH3 CH2 NH2, and at the end reacted with the sodium hydroxide with the 2 units, you will get the this is a halide only. Alkyl halide, you will get the amine. So this alkyl group and this nitrogen group will come as a RNH2. Okay. For example, you want to make like a benzylamine like this. You want to make a benzylamine means you have to start with like this. Use the thalamide, and the first step to react with the potassium hydroxide, and the second one, this is the alkyl group. So benzyl chloride, you have to react with the benzyl chloride, and finally you react with the sodium hydroxide, you will get the benzylamine. So like that you can make any kind of benzylamine. Here the source of nitrogen is always thalamide. This is a very important point. Here the source of nitrogen is simply thalamide only, no other source. So these are the main synthetic process to prepare the amines. The first, see, there are 3 reduction reactions. You remember that there are 3 reduction reactions. One is just a substitution reaction, and the 5th one is Gabriel Thalamide synthesis. The 5th one is very important. 5th one is very important. Must be, you have to read thoroughly about the Gabriel Thalamide synthesis. I definitely ask you in the IIT exam, in the IIT practice test on Sunday. I will definitely ask you this question. Okay, so be prepared nicely for all these methods, amines and everything. Okay, so if you have any doubts or clarifications, you can ask me. I will rectify. Guys, I don't know.